Today I want to talk about how switching it up can help you avoid burnout coming up. Hey guys, it's Travis Vroman, and this channel is my way of giving back to the game development community for helping me over the years get me to where I am. I'm a professional game developer now, and it is what I do for a living, and I could not have done that without the community. This channel has daily videos with tips, tricks, and things that you should know about getting into the game development industry. So if you're new here, please hit subscribe, and let's get on with the video. And today I want to talk about how switching it up can help you avoid burnout. What I mean by switching it up is switching contexts and what you're doing. When you're working on a game project, particularly when you're working on one on your own, one of the most powerful things that you can do to maintain focus, believe it or not, is to switch contexts every once in a while. Because if you keep grinding against the same thing, eventually your brain's going to switch off to it. Let's take, for example, you're trying to troubleshoot an underlying super deep, complicated bug in your game, and you just can't figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Instead of sitting there and banging your head against the desk and trying to figure it out, switch your attention to something else and come back to it later. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to switch to something that you can complete or make visible progress on, because that will serve as motivation for when you come back to the bug, as far as wanting to keep going with it and actually smash it. So context switching will give you a quick hit of inspiration and energy when you're working on a project, because you might be able to knock something out that's really quick. And those are the ideal things for when you're struggling with something, is to switch to something that's super quick to resolve. But it also gets your mind away from what the problem was that you were trying to solve. A lot of times what can happen, and I run into this with my work all the time, is when I'm trying to debug an issue, I will struggle and struggle and struggle with that issue, and then I'll walk away for half an hour or so, and then I'll come back to it and I'll look at the screen and I'll go, that's what it is. That light bulb will go off, and sometimes I'll just look at the screen and instantly see it. And it's not that it wasn't there before, but sometimes you get so far down the rabbit hole and trying to solve that issue that you overlook what might be right in front of your face. When you're in a situation where you're super frustrated, you want to switch gears and look at something else for a little bit. So when you switch gears and come back to something and instantly solve it, that can be a really great thing. It can be super motivating, and then you can not only move on, but also be recharged in the fact that you solved the thing that you were struggling so much to get past. The danger of not doing that is when you bang your head against the desk and you're trying to figure out this problem and it gets super frustrating, it can be very demotivating to not be able to figure that thing out. It can make you want to quit, it can make you want to walk away, and if you walk away and you haven't switched to something else, it can be difficult sometimes to want to come back to it. And so you really don't want to run into a situation where that happens. You want to switch away from it before that happens and then come back to it. And so sometimes just that refresh and change of context can be a very powerful thing. So anyways, that's pretty much all I've got. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you've run into, and if context switching helps you with it, or maybe it doesn't help you with it. I'd love to hear back from you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.